everyone. Welcome back to Ghosting with Anya. I'm your host, Anya Smith, and my co-host, Christopher Day.
Hi.
A little bit towards me.
Hi.
This is my husband, Chris. He's right here. So we are doing the new story tonight. It is called The Babysitter on Hawthorne Street. It's something to do with a babysitter babysitting some kids on the Hawthorne Street. I don't know. I've had a babysitting job when I was a teenager. I babysat a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old when I was in high school. But hey, I babysat my neighbor's children right next door to my house. So my mom loved kids, and hey, she let me babysit our neighbor's kids, so I had to make sure the kids were safe. Not too much of candy again wasn't gonna give them, because I know how parents are strict with the kids about all those candy, especially on Halloween. Make sure they didn't go on a street, like in the middle of the street, so the car would get them. I had to make sure the car was not anywhere near them. So I did what I had to do, babysit my neighbor's kids and made sure they were safe. So anyway, but yeah, so also later tonight we're going out for a walk. Yesterday I was so pissed off because I was in a deep dark place because I lost my great uncle just a few days ago. So anyway, also got my hair colored. Literally the color was like fading for me, so I decided to color my hair. Anyway, but yes, I was in a really dark place. So anyway, tomorrow's the 28th. I hope that we have our party tomorrow, mid-afternoon.
Yeah.
If we don't, I guess we'll have to do it in July.
Yeah.
So
Let's just go for a nice walkie after this.
Anyway, but yeah, so after this podcast, we're gonna exercise. Just take a little walk, but it's already 8:30. Anyway, my blanket that I'm working on right now is gonna be done soon. Although the one that's on my bed also need more work, but it's gonna take me another couple of colors to make it even bigger, so it can cover a complete of the bed, like both sides, top sides of the bed and the bottom sides, especially like my side and my husband's side. But hopefully I will get that blanket done, just like I'm working on the other one, so I can use it to go to the movies that's coming out this month. Some movies are already coming out this month, some are coming out in the next month, and the next, and the next. So, but yes. Anyway, it's called The Babysitter on Hawthorne Street. This is a new story. I hope you guys are ready. So, we are about 4 minutes in. So, anyway, I just want to say thank you guys for subscribing to my channel and supporting this channel. This is a real job that I've been doing about a year, and I love this job. Even my husband is a part of it, so he's just here to support me and being a part of it. He loves it.
Yes.
So anyway, I hope that you guys are brave enough to listen to this. If it scares you the most, it might not be for you guys. This is more of adult kind of podcast for like a lot of paranormal stuff. So, I mean, today I swear I heard something from up here. I thought maybe there was a ghost in our house. Turns out it's just my cat. It's our cat that does that a lot. She likes to come up here, lay on our chairs because she thinks it's her spot. It's her territory. But it's not really hers, but she can lay wherever she wants to be, maybe next to us on our bed at night, or maybe she can sleep like maybe in our walk-in closet where our basket would be, or she can just sleep on the couch like always. So she sleeps on the couch every night. But we love her cuddling with us. We love her sounds, like her purring, her meowings. We love that. We miss that. But anyway, let's get to the story. I hope you guys are brave enough and confident about this. If you have any questions, let me know right here on live stream. So anyway, let's get started with the story. So get something to drink. Just sit back and relax. And please click like, share, and subscribe. And let's get started on the story. We're still on season 5, episode 177. The Babysitter on Hawthorne Street. Megan only agreed to babysit on Hawthorne Street because the pay was double her usual rate, and because the parents, Dr. and Mrs. Keene, had a reputation for coming home exactly when promised. The house was narrow, elegant, and strangely formal for a family with 2 young children. Everything in it seemed organized around silence. Thick rugs, slow closing doors, lamps instead of bright overheads, and a staircase so polished it reflected candlelight from the foyer, like black water. The children, Lucy and Owen, were the sweet enough but unusually serious, especially Lucy, who at 6 already had the measured tone of someone used to being listened to only after persistence. During the bedtime routine, she asked Megan one question, twice in the same calm voice. If the lady in the nursery comes in, do you tell her we're not babies anymore? Megan assumed imaginary friend territory and answered lightly that no one would be coming in except her. Lucy seemed unconvinced. Wow. These kids are like, what is going on? Would they ever have any good friends, like physical friends, instead of having paranormal friends? Like imaginary friends. Like, spirits or something like that. When I was a little kid, I had imaginary friends because I don't know. I haven't had some older friends of mine, like physical, real people as my friends in years. No wonder why I used to talk to myself. I actually still do. I talk to myself all the time because I have no one else to speak to. My husband is at work.
I'm here for you.
And, well, all my other friends are busy with their shit. I haven't seen any of my old friends in years. They moved on, having their own lives, their jobs and families, shit. That's why I haven't spoken to any of my old friends in decades. So I'm the only one who still talks to myself because I don't have anyone else to talk to. Just like these kids on the story. The only thing that keeps me company is our cat.
And me.
Well, Also my husband when he's not working, but uh, I mostly just sit on the couch, relax, play with my cat sometimes, and I do some knitting, crocheting. Sooner or later, I'm probably going to go back to sewing, maybe with the sewing kit, maybe some weaving with the cardboards, all that. So, also watching movies or TV, or maybe just, I don't know, just relaxing, maybe taking a nap. But talking to myself, it's like I haven't had some physical friends in a long time. Mostly Lisa. Well, Lisa calls me and complains about everything. She is clinging to me because she is bored. I know what that's like. So, anyway, let's continue on the story. I know what it's like to have imaginary friends. And there goes our baby girl. Hi, sweetie. There goes our cat. She wants to be next to us. Hi, Tally. Anyway, let's continue on the story. This is the best story ever. It's gone good. I hope it gives you all the excitement and stuff. It just makes you want to investigate a lot of paranormal activity, a bunch of other places. That's what I wanted to do. Because I used to be very skeptical, but now I'm a believer. So let's continue on this. The first hour passed quietly. The children slept, the dishwasher hummed in the kitchen, and Megan sat in the parlor scrolling her phone while an old grandfather clock marked the house's preference for precision at 10:14 exactly. The baby monitor kept only because Owen still liked having it on his dresser. Crackled to life, Megan expected sleepy child noises. Instead, she heard the distinct soft creak of a rocking chair and a woman's humming low and tunelessly, the kind of repetitive murmur adults use when they've been soothing children too long. She went upstairs immediately. Owen's room was still, Lucy's room was still, but at the far end of the hallway, the old nursery, now used for storage and usually kept shut, stood open by several inches. Megan was certain it had been closed earlier. The humming stopped the moment she reached the doorway. Inside the nursery, everything looked untouched except the rocking chair by the window, which moved in tiny, diminishing arcs, as if someone had just risen. Dust lay thick on the shelves where old toys and boxes had been stored. Moonlight touched the faded wallpaper border of stars and lamps. Megan closed the door firmly and went back downstairs, telling herself the parents must have some hidden white noise device she didn't know about. Yet when she checked the monitor again, the sound returned, not from a child's room, but from the nursery she had just shut. This time the humming was accompanied by the wet little cough of an infant trying to clear its chest. Megan stared at the monitor speaker until her own breathing became the loudest thing in the room. Then Lucy's voice came through, awake and frightened now. I told you she still checks Something tells me there is a spirit of a woman in their house. It's a little weird, but but the babysitter literally has no idea what she might be dealing with. It's a little freaky, but hey, I haven't babysat any children in a while. I mean, Chris used to babysit his younger sister, didn't you, Chris?
Yes.
Like when Katrina was really young, you used to babysit her?
Yes.
How old were you when you babysit your sister?
Teenage years?
Like 13 maybe?
Yes.
And how old was Katrina?
Like 5 or 6.
Damn. Have your mom has ever left you alone with your sister?
Yes.
Okay. Just checking.
Okay.
That's why I'm doing this story about babysitter on Hawthorne Street.
Okay, baby.
So, but yeah, like my husband said, when he was a teenager, he used to babysit his little sister and brother, I think.
Yes.
Your brother went crazy for no damn reason.
Yes.
Well, anyway, this is very important to be concerned, especially if you leave your kids at home alone with something in there. You might be regretting that. I mean, come on. I've been at home alone. I didn't have anyone babysit me. Well, except for there's one person that used to babysit me when I was a child. Her name was Baba Nela. It's kind of like grandma. She was a strange person, but hey. I don't know what happened to her, but hey. I had a babysitter that was a little freaky. My mom literally fired my babysitter because she did something stupid to me, probably. It's been 2 decades, but hey, I think I was about 3 or 4 when I had her. So my mom decided to take me to her friends, like her friend's house, my aunt, of course, my Aunt Eula. I actually was safe with my Aunt Eula instead of my babysitter. My babysitter was a little insane, scary. My mom probably didn't like her. I didn't like her because she was a little crazy, a little weird. This is why my mom fired her, for trying to hurt me, I guess. That's the reason why. So I decided to stay at my aunt's house. Anyway, let's continue on this. Almost get started, but let's just continue on. I'm trying to forget about my past, but I feel like my past is returning, like, to the surface. I don't know why it's doing that, but I'd rather forget about it. I don't want to be a part of that past anymore. I'm trying to escape it, especially talking about my weird past about my babysitter. I try not to, remember it. Anyway, let's continue on the story. We're in like 18 minutes now. Megan found Lucy sitting upright in bed with the blanket clenched under her chin. Did she open the closet? Lucy whispered. Before Megan said anything, when Megan asked what she meant, Lucy began crying. Not loudly, but in a tired, resigned way that suggested this was not new. She explained that sometimes a woman came from the nursery after the parents left and walked room to room looking for the baby that got sick. Lucy said the woman never touched her or Owen. She only tucked blankets too tightly, smoothed her hair, and sometimes opened the wrong doors before seeming confused and going back down the hall. Owen from his room across the landing called out that the lady was In the hall now, Megan opened Lucy's door. At the far end of the corridor stood a woman in a dark dress with rolled sleeves and an apron, carrying a folded blanket in both arms. She did not look monstrous or translucent. She looked exhausted, with the strained attentiveness of someone listening for breathing that might stop if she blinked at the wrong time. When she turned toward Megan, her face held no surprise, only urgency. "The fever broke too fast," she said, and moved past the children's doors toward the linen closet. Megan stood frozen. As the woman opened the closet, selected a folded quilt, and checked it with one practiced hand, like testing warmth. Then she paused, looking from Lucy's room to Owen's and back again, clearly failing to recognize the arrangement of the hall. "Wrong house," she murmured, and the sadness in those two words made Megan feel more helpless than any threat could have. The woman carried the quilt back toward the nursery and disappeared through the half-open door without touching it. When the Keens came home, Megan told them everything, because there are limits to professional composure. To their credit, they did not dismiss her. Mrs. Keen sat down immediately and admitted the house had belonged to her great-grandparents, whose first child died during an outbreak in the room. That became their nursery. Family Stories had said a hired nurse stayed for days without sleep, trying to keep the child alive while the parents rotated between prayer, panic, and mistakes. After the death, the nursery remained with the family under another pregnancy, ended in complications, then left under circumstances no one wrote down properly. The nursery had never felt comfortable afterward. Objects shifted, blankets appeared on cribs in later generations, even when no babies lived there. The Keens had moved the children out of nearby rooms. Once Lucy became old enough to describe the woman who checks for hot skin. A week later, with the family's permission and a local historian's help, they opened an old cedar chest in the attic that had apparently belonged to the nurse. Inside were folded infant gowns, medicinal notes, and one journal with entries practical to the point of heartbreak: feeding times, temperatures, cloth changes, pulse checks, prayers half crossed out, all ending with one final line, written more forcefully than the rest: "I must remember which room is hers when they move the beds." Mrs. Keen kept reading that sentence aloud. The house had changed around. The nurse had not changed with it. Her haunting was not malice. It was outdated care repeating its rounds through a floor plan grief had rearranged on the advice of nobody exactly, but the combined instincts of mothers and housekeepers. The family cleared the old nursery completely, painted it fresh, and placed one framed note on the shelf where the rocking chair had been. No baby sleeps here now. They grew. You did enough. Sorry about that. I accidentally clicked on TikTok. After that, the monitor never crackled from the nursery again. Lucy reported one last sighting the following month, the lady standing in the doorway of the empty room, looking around slowly as if verifying the truth herself. Then she nodded very slightly and went away. Megan still babysits, but she always asks one more question about old houses than she used to. What stayed with her was not fear of a nurse ghost. It was the idea that competent care can become trapped when it does not know. The crisis had ended, continuing its rounds long after the children have grown and the beds have been moved. Some hauntings do not need banishment, they need updates. Wow, that was kind of weird and a little sad. The nurse? I'm thinking perhaps maybe she died because she didn't sleep very well. Perhaps she was exhausted and somehow her body just gave up on her. Her body gave out. So at least she was trying to keep the infant alive. When she was alive, she tried everything. So what do you guys think? Do you think this nurse was trying to protect the kids? Like, not in a haunting, weird, creepy way, but she was trying to find the baby? Or she was like literally trying to keep the children alive when the other child from the past had died? Like, literally. Do you guys think that this nurse was trying to protect the kids and the mom or something else? What do you think?
I think so.
The nurse that was looking for the baby, perhaps?
Yes.
Well, the nurse does not know that she's dead.
True.
No wonder why her spirit is still there. Maybe the house actually belonged to Mrs. Keene's family.
Maybe.
I think it was her grandparents who lost a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, from some kind of sickness or whatever. The nurse tried everything. So she lost a lot of sleep. She was pale and she was like underweight, even though she tried everything to protect the child from death.
Okay.
I guess she died keeping the baby alive.
Okay.
All right, guys, we are out of the story now, so we're going straight to the questions. I hope you guys have some. What do you guys think of the story? Did it make any sense to you all? I just hope it makes any sense to you and I.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, let's get started on the questions. I know you probably have questions. You just have to leave me comments down below if you have any. If you have any opinions about it, and if you have any weird stories that kind of scared you and you just don't know how to handle that situation, especially babysitting older house with little kids from the Victorian house or whatever, I don't know, from the weird spirits or whatever. All you have to do is let me know what you think about it. If you have any experience with this, now's the time to leave me a comment down below. Anyway, let's get started. We have 10 questions, including 10 answers. We are in 30 minutes now. Would you have gone into the nursery after hearing the humming?
Yes.
Definitely a yes. I mean, if I babysat someone in a creepy house, I would literally investigate it. I would not ignore it. I would not run away because the kids are inside the house. I cannot leave them alone in a house where the creepy, weird, paranormal shit going on. I would definitely investigate it. I would ask around, what is the history of the house, who the house used to belong to when that person died. I mean, who's the spirit, and how can I help this spirit move on? That sort of thing. I would have done that. If I were Megan, I would definitely find out a lot more. So I would definitely go into the nursery and find out who the spirit was. Let's go to number 2. What do you think the nurse wanted most? The baby, certainly, or release from duty? That's a good question. I think she wanted to find the child and also be released from her duty. Like, she wanted freedom from taking care of the kids, I guess. So I think she wanted the baby. Well, she wanted to keep the child alive. She risked her own life to save the child. Apparently, her body literally just gave up, like literally gave out, and this is how she died, losing a lot of energy, and she got sick, and then she passed away just like that. She was working very hard to keep the baby alive. She tried everything. So she doesn't know she died. That's why she's confused. She was looking for the baby, and now she wanted freedom. Same question. What do you think the nurse wanted most? The baby, certainly, or release from duty?
Release from duty.
I would go with my husband. Yeah. All right, let's go with number 3. Why do old nurseries feel especially haunting in stories? That's a question for all of you guys who are watching this video. The old nurseries probably feel a lot of emotions because they don't know what's happening to them. They are like still in shock, still processing about how they died. Spirits have a lot of stories. They just don't know how to process that well, even though they're trying their best, trying to figure it out, because there's a lot of memories and a lot of stories to a lot of places, how they died and where they died. Perhaps they don't remember. This is why they have a lot of hauntings going on, because they don't know how to move on. They can't find what they were looking for, especially they can't get all the pieces together. This is why they're haunting the place. This is why old nurses from centuries ago and in the modern times, like in the 21st century or sometime in the 1990s or sometime in the 1960s or whatever, these nurses, they don't know that they're dead. That's why they're confused. That's why they deny it. This is why they're haunting the place. If they went back in the beginning, how it happened, they should get the truth out of it. They don't know what's happening. They think they're still alive, but they're not. That's why they're haunting. Maybe they're looking for a child, even though the child had passed on. They have a lot of memories. And I think the memories are being resurfaced right now. Let's go to number 4. We're almost done here. What unsettled you more? The baby monitor sounds or seeing her in the hall? I think it was seeing her in the hallway, especially in the old nursery. Like, it becomes a storage after all these years or centuries ago. But I think it was also the sounds inside the baby monitor, perhaps. It's definitely the baby monitor sounds, and seeing her in the hall. That's what I think. We're almost done here anyway. I hope this makes any sense to you guys. Question again for you. What unsettled you more, the baby monitor sounds or seeing her in the hall?
Seeing her in the hall.
Well, I guess the people proved it. My husband proved it. I think it was definitely seeing her in the hallway. Let's go to number 5. All right, guys, we are 5 questions left before I sign off. We are in about 37 minutes now. Wow. So, what was Megan right to tell the parents everything? Yes. If she hadn't, they wouldn't known anything. They would have denied everything. They would not be processed. But I think Megan did the right thing. Also, the parents did the right thing to tell Megan the truth. What really happened in that house before the Keen's family moved into that house and had children. Perhaps Megan didn't know that the parents knew what really happened. So my answer is yes. Let's go to number 6. Do you think the note in the nursery helped the nurse let go? Yes, it did. If Megan, if she didn't write the note to the dead woman who was a nurse at that house, the nurse probably would not let go of the past. It's like she doesn't know that she's gone, no longer has the body. She is no longer in the physical world. She is in the spirit world, identical to our world, but in a spirit form or whatever. She is out of her body and she has no idea that she is a ghost. She was looking for her child. Well, it wasn't actually her baby, but I don't know. It was Mrs. Keen's grandmother's house, probably. I don't know. Great grandma, whatever. I don't really know. I wasn't there. So, yes. I think the nurse finally let go of the past. That I think she finally got the truth. So she can move on and find peace and let the kids live their lives and let them grow up on a happy home, like literally at the happy house with their parents. So my answer is yes. Let's go to number 7. How is this haunting different from one based on anger? That's a question for you too.
I'm not sure.
Well, I think the haunting is different because the nurse probably didn't know that she's doing it. She probably didn't realize it. that she's doing it because she was afraid of something maybe, or she's still like helping her boss to protect the baby, I guess. Well, the baby's dead and the owners died, I guess. Well, Mrs. Keene's grandmother must have passed away, I guess, from a heartbroken when the baby must have died, the previous owners of the house. And also, this haunting is also different. It's probably because Megan finally told the spirit of this nurse that the baby is not at the house anymore. The previous owners are gone and the baby is moved on. Maybe the nurse should have moved on too and finally realized that there's nothing left for her to do, especially looking after the sick children. She should find peace, find the afterlife, and everything will be all right. And I think the nurse did. She finally got what she was looking for, and she moved on. Finally, now she can rest in peace, and the children can live also at peace and finally grow up the way they imagined what they would grow up to be, especially the parents. Anyway, let's go to number 8. Would you still babysit in that house after this experience? Well, yeah, of course I would. I would definitely continue working at that house. If I were Megan, I would still investigate the house. I would still babysit the kids after I had the experience. I would be brave enough to go back into that house. I mean, literally, I actually would, but yes. Let's go to number 9. Okay, guys, we have 2 questions left before I sign off. And afterwards, Chris and I are going for a walk. Oh, by the way, we need to turn the porch light on since we're going out.
Yeah.
We definitely should.
Okay.
All right, so here's number 9. Can caregiving become a haunting when no one tells it to stop? Well, yeah, of course it can. I mean, if you can't stop the haunting, like if you don't know how to communicate with the spirit, call the professionals. They can come and help you to stop the hauntings. Like, tell the spirits that it's okay to move on into the afterlife. There's nothing there for them anymore. Their job was completed. They did everything they could to prevent people from dying and taking care of everything. It definitely can, yes. So, anyway, now we have one more question left before I sign off. If a spirit was continuing an old routine in the wrong rooms, how would you help it? That's a good question, you guys. I probably would tell this ghost that it's time to let go. There's nothing left for them here. It's okay that they need to go. I would literally tell them the truth, what really happened, that there is no other kids for her to take care of. I would tell them that the baby's gone, the mother's gone. There is nothing left for her to stay and take care of the children. Literally, there's nothing left for her there. She's no longer on earth. She's a ghost. She's not alive. She needs to accept that. And the baby the baby has moved on into the afterlife. The baby's in heaven, so she would need to go to heaven and be reunited with the baby. So that's how I can help it, by telling her the truth. If I had any, I mean, literally, that's exactly what I would have done. All right, guys, we are out of time. So that's it for tonight. I just want to say thank you for listening and being so brave enough to come to my channel. Tomorrow we'll be doing the new story. It is called The Groundskeeper by the Greenhouse. This is a new story, and I hope that you are ready for the next story. So again, thank you guys for listening. You are an amazing fans and awesome participants. I hope you guys participate on my live stream. So please click like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on my next episode of Ghosting with Anya. It's 178. That is my next episode of Ghosting with Anya, The Groundskeeper by the Greenhouse. Thank you guys, and we'll see you all tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. until 9 p.m. It is 9:29. So have a wonderful night, and we'll see you all tomorrow at the same time. And may God bless you all. And stay safe, stay spooky, and have fun. And happy Independence Day to you all. Good night. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Bye. Thanks for watching.